You guys know the arm drag. Usually we set up the arm drag when we're in a head-to-head position here, which is totally fine, but look at the distance you need to cover to get to the back. Okay, most of the time we miss it. In fact, we use it a lot of the times to set up lower body takedowns, okay, knowing that it's probably going to be far-fetched to get to the back. But in this scenario where you hit the 2-on-1 and you get to the 2-on-1 here, we could slide this hand down, reach across, and hit the arm drag with a much closer distance, okay? If you remember, here, take the arm off, get to the 2-on-1, and now we can slide this first initial grip on the shoulder down to the elbow, reach across, and now look, what do we have here, guys? The arm drag. Okay, we can lock our hands together. Now, bring his hands to the ground, and away we go. So we hit the 2-on-1. Here, guys, take control of this arm. You shouldn't have any space between his arm and your chest. If he just turns towards me and just pulls his arm out, he'd be able to do that. You see, there's nothing supporting his wedge behind his elbow there. So yes, our hand configuration is like this, but then we draw the arm and attach it to our chest, connect with our shoulder here. This is important. It should feel like almost a key lock, you know, that key lock submission here. That's what it should feel like for the bottom person. And just before you set up the arm drag from here, feel free to knock him off balance. You know, this is one of the virtues of this 2-on-1 position, is that you can off balance them here, okay? Make him think about his balance, and now we slide down, bang. We're right on his back. There's different configurations with your gripping here when we get to the waist. One of the best ones, I'll say, is palm to palm or wrist to wrist here, just like so, okay? Now, with all of the back take strategies that we had a look at last couple of weeks here, there's we always talk about how much more easier it is to take somebody down from a back control position rather than the front, okay? So we've been by default intercepting this leg with our knee here, like so, driving forward, weight forward, and forcing his hands and knees onto the mat there, okay? That's your default. But if we want to take this even further, what we can do is establish an outside hook. So lean down a bit. Yeah, good. We can establish an outside hook. What do I mean by outside hook? Here, okay? And drop down to my knee. Now I can force him to the ground. So when we're here, I get the outside hook, drop to my knee, stay up if you can. Yeah, good. And now from here, give him a little bump forward, and I get his hands and knees onto the ground. What's important here, it's not very difficult for him to spike back up onto his legs, okay? So the key here is to keep my hips above his. So knees on the ground, yep. My hips are above his, so when he starts to stand up again, he's carrying my weight and I can return him back to the mat. Keep going. Come on, stand up. Yeah. I can return him to the mat. Why? Because of the height of my hips. Okay? My hips are above his hip level. So don't commit to your knees when, sorry, it's this way here. So what did we do? We took the back. Don't commit to your knees when you take him down to the ground is what I mean. Okay? So we have an outside hook, drop down to your knee, drive him to the mat here. Don't stay on your knees like so. Okay? He'll spring back up onto his legs, and now he'll get the height advantage on you, and then you could be in trouble, okay? When you should be taking him down, he might be taking you down. That's not what we want, obviously, right? So when I get the outside hook, I drop him down to the ground. Look how I hover over it. My hips are above his hip level. So when Luca tries to stand up, I'm staying behind his elbows, go for it. It's significantly more difficult. Even if he did stand up, I can easily return him back to the mat, okay? So you got that advantage with your hip positioning. Keep that advantage until the very end. Then we can work with thigh pries and establishing the hooks to take the back, etc. But let's just first take control of this guy before anything. Clear enough? Let's hit this again, one more time. We're here, we hit the 2-on-1, like so. Hit him with an arm drag. We take the back, get the outside hook, drive him down to the ground. And now we're hovering over him here, just like so. When I say hovering over him, don't overextend. Don't be out here. Don't have your arms in front of his shoulders. Your arms should stay behind the elbows. Okay? Just like so. So if he reached back, try to get a hold of my leg or something, nope. If my hands are here, he'll reach back around my waist, slip out from underneath, etc. Let's hit it. 1, 2.